Hello, good people. This is Sherry Shine from Sharika Originals. It's been a while since I made a video, so I decided that I'm going to do something a little different. You know, I like to work with wire. Going to make some rings. I, like you, am a member of YouTube University, and I saw this guy called Match Crazy Art who makes this awesome wire work, and he showed how to make these simple and easy rings. So I'm gonna pass it along to you. So we're gonna make these two rings today. And in order to make these two rings, what we need is some wire. I have some 18 gauge antique copper wire. It's tarnish resistant. So that's the wire that we're gonna use. And of course we need our wire cutters. And we need our pliers, our flat nose pliers, and we need a bead. These beads, I think these look like 8mm beads. So we're gonna use this beautiful shiny bead here, and then we're gonna use this jasper bead. Okay, so let's get started. It's not gonna take us very long. The first thing we do is take about 24 inches of wire, and that may be more than we need, but you know, I always like to have more than I need. So I'm gonna cut, in fact, I think I'm gonna cut both pieces now. Cut one piece and lay it aside, and then I'm gonna cut another 24-inch piece. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our bead. Oh, also what we need is our bead, our ring sizer. So this is a ring sizer, and I usually make about a size 7. So the first thing we're going to do is going to take the bead, put my glasses on, find the hole, and we're gonna slide the bead to about halfway through our wire, and then we're gonna take one end and bend it this way, bend it down this way, and then the other side we're gonna bend it the opposite way. We wanna try to have the bead in there as tight as possible. Okay, and then what we're going to do is bring one side around to meet the other side, like that. We have these two together. So now we're going to use our ring sizer, and I normally make it around a size 7. So we're going to press it down, and we're going to take the wire and go around while we're holding the bead. Going to go around to the bottom side of the bead. Now what we want to do, we're holding this. I hope I'm staying on camera. You know how I am about. Okay, oops. This is the hardest part here, is to get started. So I want to, once we go around to the other side, now we're going to start to wrap the bead. So I'm going to hold it. I'm going to lay it down. Might be easier. And wrapping the wire around the bead like that. Just gonna wrap it around several times. And keep wrapping it. Keep wrapping it around. I'm gonna come up a little bit, and then when you get to the end of your wire, we're gonna take it off of the ring mandrel. That's the correct name for this. It's a ring mandrel. Okay, so now we're gonna slide it off of the ring mandrel, and the shorter wire, what we're gonna do is we're gonna curl it and tuck it under. So I'm gonna use my flat nose pliers, and I may cut it a little bit because I want to be able to tuck it right down in there. So let me see. Maybe I won't cut it. We'll see if I can do it without cutting it. So I'm gonna curl it down. Curl it downward. Curl it down in there because you don't want it to get caught on anything. You don't want it to scratch anybody. So I curled it down, and now I'm going to press it down a little bit. Push it down in there. Pushing it down. Okay, so now it's tucked in there. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this other piece of wire, and I'm definitely gonna cut this one. So let me cut this one up a little bit. Yeah, about that much. Whenever you're cutting wire, you always hold the piece so it won't pop, because that's an easy way to get injured. So I'm going to curl this wire down, and then I'm going to press it down under here. Okay, and then I'm going to use my pliers to press it down even more. Okay, and guess what? Look at that. Is that not cute or what? I hate to use myself as a model with these rings. Oops. Okay, now it's a little, I'm a size 7, but I have a big knuckle. So I'm gonna put it back on my ring mandrel, and I'm gonna see okay, it's more of a 6. So I'm gonna see if I could stretch it a little bit, stretch it down a little bit on this mandrel to see if I could stretch it to a size 7. Okay, all right. I believe I have, let's see, I'm almost at a 7. The 7 is right there, so I'm like a 6 3/4. Stretch it down a little bit more, see if I can stretch it. Oh, that is so pretty to me. Isn't that pretty? Maybe I don't need to put it on my finger. I think it looks better on the ring mandrel. But there it is. Oh, I love that stone. I wish I could think of the name of it. I'll have to look that up. Okay, let's see if okay, so yeah, now it slides on my size 7 finger. I love how that looks. Okay, let's do the other one really quickly. Same thing. Going to get our other 2 feet of wire. Gonna slide the bead on it. Gonna bend one side down as much as you can, and then bend the other side, and then bring one wire around to meet the other. Okay, so it has met the other wire. Then you take your ring mandrel and you put it on the size. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the size 7 right there. So I'm gonna put it right there on size 7. Hold it down as tight as you can, and then bring your wire around. This is the hard part. Like I said before, bring your wire around and bring it under your bead, because your top wire is the loop is on the top. So we start under the bead, And then we start just going around, and I'm gonna lay it down and then start wrapping around the bead. I want to see if I can push that bead down a little bit. Yay! I mean the wire down a little bit so we can see more of the bead. Yay, I got it down. So I'm gonna keep, gosh, this is, I want to stay in the camera. Oh my goodness, let me lay it down, see if I can stay in the camera that way. And I'm left-handed. Okay, all right, wrap it around, wrap it around, wrap it around, and around. Around. And then when we're nearing the end, I'm going to take it off the mandrel and then take my flat nose pliers and tuck this one. I think I'm gonna tuck it in. I'm gonna put it inside there, so because there's room down there to tuck it. So I'm gonna cut it a little bit. I think it's easier to tuck it when it's not very long. See how I put my finger over the end so it doesn't pop out. Now I'm going to tuck it down. I'm going to turn that end down and tuck it right down in there. Okay, and then this other piece, it's going to wrap it around a little bit more. And then I'm going to tuck this end down. I'm going to cut this one off a little bit as well. And then I'm going to curl it downward, and then tuck it down. And then run your finger in there to make sure that nothing is sticking up. And there we have it. Let's see what size did this end up is. Let's see, 7 is right there. So I'm gonna press it down. Okay, we're at a 7. Isn't that pretty? I love these rings. And they're so easy to make. Isn't that awesome? That's how they look on the other side. And got 2 easy rings. So if you got some spare beads laying around and some wire, make yourself a beautiful ring. All right, good people, this is Sherry Shine with Sharika Originals, bringing you some beaded rings. All right, be blessed.